Hi everybody, it's Diana with Stamping with Di. Welcome to this week's Teach Me Tuesdays, episode 137, and I have a cute little Halloween card to share with you. My name is Diana and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I'm in Santan Valley, Arizona. So if you are new to my channel, welcome, and if you've been here before, welcome back. Please make sure you say hi when you're here, whether you're watching a replay or whether you're watching the live. If you're watching the live, there's a chat on the side, and then I'm able to respond in the chat because I am a pre-taping. Every once in a while I pre-tape if I have somewhere to be. Usually I do go live and then I can verbally, answer you. Otherwise, I'll just watch with you and answer in the chat. All right, so like I said, I have a super cute little Halloween card to share with you, and I am loving the Halloween stuff we have this year. The cute little witches and the hats, and Stampin' Up has really knocked it out of the ballpark, should I say, when it's Halloween, for the Halloween stuff. Who knows what I should be saying, but there's cute stuff. So let me stop jibber jabbering and we will get started. So I'm just going to cover up the camera while I spin so you don't get seasick. All right, looks good. Okay, so let's see what I'm using today. All right, so we are going to use a few things. So this is the stamp set I'm using, the Best Witches. And I love everything about this set. I love how the little witches are drawn, the size that they are. I love that they're open line and there's not a whole lot of texture and scribbles inside, so that when you are coloring, that you can actually have fun and do some blending. I love that about it. I love the little side eye frog there. So this is what I'm going to be using. I did use it the other day, and I showed this cute little peekaboo treat bag. So today I'm going to use the Sister Witch. I don't know if that's what they would, I'm assuming they're sisters. I guess they could be. And I'm going to use a little frog again because he's too cute. So that I shared the other day. All right. I'm also going to be using some layering circles, some stylish shapes, and the Scary Silhouettes dies. I'm also going to be using that Celebrate Everything, which I used the other day on the cute little bag with the fun tag with the little witch and the boots. So I'm using the same DSP, and that can be found in the back of the mini catalog, and it is actually a Hostess freebie. Let me get to that page. Here we go. So if you are placing an order of $150 before tax and shipping, you earn Hostess benefits. And, well, now they say host rewards, but I'm an oldie, and we always said Hostess benefits. So it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks, right? So host rewards. And this is where this paper comes out of. And it is such a great pack of paper. So if you are one of those that loves DSP, that is definitely one you're going to want to grab. There are so many sheets in it, 48 sheets. It's just amazing. All right, so that's what I'm going to use there. So let me get my pieces of my card. All right, so let's do our stamping. So it can be drying. So I am going to be coloring with the blends. So that means I'm going to use my memento. So let's get our cute little witch. Here she is. So we're going to use this one, the one over the cauldron. I think that's what that is, the cauldron, I do believe. All right, so I'm just going to stamp our cute little girl on here so she has some time to dry. Just because it's a little warm in Arizona, which I'm sure it's warm everywhere. It is summer, and things just take a little bit longer to dry, and I just want to make sure it's good before I start messing with it. All right, now these two pieces go on the inside. So let's see here. I want the inside of my card. Let me look at my other one. Let me look. let me do my frog first. All right, hold on a second. I want to put my cute little frog down in the corner. So we have our cute little frog. And we're going to pretend that either this little witch turned somebody into a frog, or maybe she's going to turn the frog into her Prince Charming. So I like to put the little stars around it because it kind of reminds me of like, oh, twinkling, something's happening, something's happening. All right, so we have our best wishes, and I just want to make sure that I've got my sticker on right. So what I do is I stamp it on my grid sheet, look through, and I can see. So I stamped that not too bad, but I see I do need to come down on the left side just a tad to make it be straight. There we go. So best witches. And then I have this from the Stylish Shapes, and I want this to say, "You've put a spell on me." All right, so I'm going to do the same thing. So I usually do this with the clear mount. Now this one looks kind of funny, like it doesn't look like it has to be straight, just because, you know, some of the like, see how spell kind of goes down below, so it's not going to be such a big deal if it's not totally straight on there. All right, so you've put a spell on me. Oop, and I almost dropped it right in the ink pad. All right, so I believe I have got all my stamping done. I do believe. All right, so let's get to coloring our little stuff. All right, so I have a bunch of Stampin' Blends. So let me dump them out on the table and make a big racket. Look at all of these, just for that one little card. All right, you know me. You know me. I like to add a little bit of this and that. All right, so like everything, let's bring our frog over. Might as well color our frog at the same time. All right. So we need to put cute little flirty flamingo cheeks on our little critter and our little witch. So just off to the side, flirty flamingo. And on our cute little frog as well. All right, now let's see here. Dark petal pink. So I'm going over my flirty. So if you have been to my channel before, you have watched me color so many things that you could probably say the same thing like as I go, because I color pretty much the same way all the time. All right, so now we have light petal pink just to finish our little witch's face, and then it's just lighter, so she's got kind of like a little bit of a glow on the inside on her face. All right, let's do our frog. So I'm just going to use the Parakeet Party, which is my favorite green right now. So this is light Parakeet Party. So what do you think? Do you think that this is somebody that was turned into a frog, or do you think it is somebody that's going to be a Prince Charming? I love to come up with stories and everything. All right, so there's our cute little frog. I am going to put a little bit of light Pool Party on the eyes there. All right, so I'm going to also take some light Fresh Freesia and put down here, because to me this kind of is a Halloween card, so I want the ground to be kind of purpley, and then that kind of also makes you think of night, right? Like if you use purple, it can be kind of like the dusk kind of color. All right, now this is just dark daffodil, just for my stars. And then I want to put a little bit of color on my words. So I'm just going to say best, and I'm going to use my light fresh freesia, just so that the words have a little bit of color to them. So best and witches. And this also, you could make this to go along with this little bag I just showed you, and it would be like you would have a card to go with the little bag. So wouldn't that be a cute little gift? So you would have a card and a little candy bag. All right, I'm also going to go put a little bit of green, so the light parakeet on spell, just to emphasize that spell word. All right, so those pieces are done. So now we can go back to our cute little witch and get her colored. All right, so let's do her cape, and I'm going to color her very similar to how I colored her sister the other day. So this is light fresh freesia, and I love the light fresh freesia and the light Highland heather together. All right, I also want to make this look like there's a spell coming out of here, so I'm just going to go like this, so it makes it look like, you know, that's boiling up into the air. All right, so now we're just going to go light fresh freesia. So she's cooking something in there. I don't think it's spaghetti. So she needs a boyfriend, so maybe she's making her Prince Charming out of a frog. All right, now we have light Highland heather, and that's just going to add a little bit of dark to our light fresh freesia. So I love these two together because it gives you a definite difference in the two colors. So again, it was light fresh freesia and light Highland heather. And then I'm just going to color in these little circles there. So that's super cute. If the lines bother you, you can just go back with the freesia and just kind of knock down those lines a little bit. But I don't mind them too much, just because this is kind of a cartoon, so it doesn't have to be perfect. All right, so let's see here. What else do we need to do? We also want to color the cauldron and the hat. Now what I'm going to do a little bit different than I did the other day. I am going to use the light basic black, but I'm not going to use a lot because it is so dark. Like, look how dark that is. So I'm just going to put it just a tad on the edges, and then I'm going to use my smoky slate to blend it out, just because it is so dark. But I wanted her hat to be a little bit darker than her sister's. All right, so that looks good. A little bit on her pantyhose right there. All right, so now we're going to take our dark smoky slate and then just pull out some of that black so it's not as dark. All right, so this is dark smoky, so it's just going to soften that black a little bit, but it gives you that darkness in the corner. And then I will use the light smoky slate to finish. So I'm just doing this. I love these hats, how like crooked and twisted they are. It is so stinking cute. I really need to holler at Stampin' Up and say, who drew this set? Because when I get my 1,000,000 in sales, and I still have a ways to go, unless they change that, who knows, by the time I get my 1,000,000, you get to help design a stamp set. I really would like this person to be the person that draws my set, because I just love this style, and I think it would be super cute. I've just been jotting down like some ideas, like, oh, well, I would like this and maybe that, and I'm sure they already kind of have an idea of what's coming around or whatever, but I'm still just making notes. All right, so there's her cute little hat, and then I might always go back to it. So once this really dries, I might go in and fiddle fart around with it a little bit more after, but right now I just want to let it sit and do its thing. All right, so now I'm going to do my 600 for her hair. So I am coloring her hair the same as her sister. I know me and my sister Jackie, our hair, well, growing up was the same, but as we've gotten older, hers has more blue in it now, like a blue gray, where mine is like silver gray. So she would say, people would ask her, you know, what the hair color was called, and she would just say, it's what God gave her, because they would be like, oh, it's such a pretty blue gray. All right, so this is just number 400, just to add a little bit, and I just did the same on the coals, and not the coals, but the bark, the logs, just since I already had that one out, right? All right, now I'm going to make the little thing gold like I did the other day, and that's light Cajun Craze, and it'll be the dark daffodil, and that kind of gives you the idea of gold. So I also want to put it down here on the bottom of those emblems, or those embers, those flames. I can't even talk today. And then we're going to go dark daffodil to finish this out, like that. And then this just gives that look of flame, like a gold kind of flame coming out of there. All right, now her little dress is going to be light parakeet, and then I'll just go back with the dark. So this is so fun. I never even thought I could have colored. I might have to do one in color, the face green. Wouldn't that be fun if I did her face green? So she could kind of be like maybe a Shrek witch. All right, so this is light parakeet, and then I'm just going to come back with the dark and go around this and here. There. Okay, I do believe that's all I need to do. And the hat, not too bad. Let me take a little bit of dark smoky just up underneath the rim, where it got a little bit lighter when I went back with the light, just to put a little bit of dark. I know, right? I'm like so anal. Okay, there's good. That's good. All right, let me clean this up. And then we can cut out our cute little witch, because I am going to do some fussy cutting. Sorry for all the racket. All right, so let's see. So here's all my pieces. And I also had, And I also have some cute little bats. So we're going to use these bats. And they came out of that scary die because they're too cute. Alright, so let me get my scissors. And I'm going to cut the little witch out. I'm going to leave a little bit of a white line around. So see how good I'm cutting around here, and I'm just holding the paper and turning the paper and then just squeezing the scissors. And I know I explain that a lot of times when I'm cutting, but it just makes it a lot easier to move the paper and not the scissors. All right, so we're leaving that white line. Go around and around, around and around. All right, so we'll leave that white line. So see how easy she is to cut out. Okay, I also could have did the bubbly stuff. That could have been green too, right? I just did it be purple. All right, around the fire, around the logs. I love cutting out stuff. In fact, I have a bunch of stuff to cut out in the car on our trip, because I figure I can be cutting. I even have some stuff to color, so we'll see how easy it is to color in the car. But I'm like, well, I can always cut out even if it's not colored, and I can color it later. All right, so I just get that. Oh, come on. Get that off there. What the heck? What the heck? There we go. All right, so there's our cute little witch. Isn't she adorable? All right, so let's put our card together. So we have, here's your card base. So it's kind of a weird little, I don't even know what to call this fold. But I was inspired by the card that I did for my class. And I got a card, I believe it was from Dana Mosley. It sent me a birthday card or something with this fold, and so I've used it several times. So this was the card that I did for my Glad We're Friends. So I basically was like, this is a perfect card, and we're going to put the little witch on it. So it's the same idea. So it's actually the card, you start out with 8.5 by 4 1/4, because it's just going to fit in the envelope. But what you want to do is you want to cut, you want to score at 5.5, and then like from here, and then you've got this extra little flap. All right, so if you want, you could cut at 4.5, score 5.5, and then trim, but I find it easier just to cut my paper the right length and then score it. All right, hopefully that didn't confuse you. All right, then we have this piece which hooks into that one, and this one is 9.5 by 2 1/2, and you're going to score it at 3 3/4, and then it gives you this piece. So this is what we're going to put our little witch on. Alright, so we've got our little stars on there, and then we can put the inside of our card on the inside. So that goes on the inside. Then I've got my "You've Put a Spell on Me," and so I want to put that on the card, and I'm going to use dimensionals a lot today. So I just have my baby ones. So I'm just putting them, just probably 3 is good for this little tag. And this comes from the Stylish Shapes. I love that die. If you don't have that die, you're going to probably want to grab it. All right. So this goes on here, and I'm just kind of making sure that it's kind of straight and about the same distance from the edge there. Then this also comes from that Stylish Shapes. And this is just some basic white. And then this is just some crushed curry, the same color that I used as the card base. All right. So this is what our little witch is going to go on. So let's put this on the card. Let's put this on the card. Am I getting y'all mixed up? I hope not. All right. So this is going to go down here. So this is more of that celebrate every day. Is it every day? So celebrate every day, I think it is. That Hostess DSP that I talked about. So this just goes down here. This goes on the inside of our card. And then when I glue it on here, I just kind of like look at this, and my edges, and just try to center it on all of those areas. And then this just basically flips up, and then it flips down. So again, I don't have a clue as to what this fold is. It's an adorable fold is what it is, but it is super cute. All right. So then I'm going to put this on the card. So I told you I'm going to use dimensionals a lot. So this is going to be a really pop up kind of card. This one will have to go with more postage in the mail or in a bubble envelope. All right. But if you're giving it with the candy, all right, so this is going to go on here, and I'm just visualizing that this kind of sticks out about the same. All right. Then we have our cute little witch. So I kind of want her to hang off of this a little bit because I want to give some room for my bats to go on my card. So we're going to, put her off to the side a little bit. So then I'm just only putting the dimensionals on this side. There. And I can always put some underneath if I need to. After. All right. So here she is. So stinking cute. All right. So that's not too bad. All right, so now let's bring my green tip glue over, and we want our little bats. So we have a big bat, so I'm just putting green tip glue, just a little bit, and then just drop our bat into the glue, and we're going to let that sit for a while because I want to bring my wings up so that they're kind of 3D. So I want it to really set and dry. So then there's that medium one. And then I also want to put one here, which is the little tiny one. He's so cute. These bats are adorable. So that die is so fun. All right, so there we have our 3 little bats. I also want to take my Wink of Stella, and we're going to put a little bit on our potion that's coming out, and a little bit on our gold, whatchamacallit, and hopefully you can see that. Does the light catch it? Yeah, it catches it just a little bit. So isn't that so cute? And I didn't put any bling because these little bats, to me, they kind of seem they are the embellishment. I'm just going to get a little bit of green tip glue out of it. All right, so I'm going to let these really dry. So I'm going to show you the card that I did earlier with the bats raised, because I don't want to mess with these till they're totally dry. So let me show you what I did. So after they're dry, you just bring the little wings up, and then you have these little wings flying. These little bats are flying on your card. So isn't that so cute? Oh my gosh. Now if you wanted, you could put some like little red blings on them. That might be cute, so it looks like they're glowing, but I just left it pretty simple. And then there's the inside. So anyways, but yes, so I think this would make a cute little gift to give to somebody. You have your card and your little goodie bag. All right, so let me turn the phone or the camera so I can say, see you later, alligator. So hopefully you liked that. Oh my gosh. I keep playing with the witches. I keep gravitating towards that star and the striped paper in that DSP because it's so cute. But like I said, that whole DSP pack is amazing. I have some pulled off to the side because I have some other ideas in my head. I have so many ideas on the table of upcoming videos, and that paper is in a lot of those. So if you have any questions at all in regards to anything that I talked about today, make sure you let me know. I may or may not be here on Friday for my dies shorts. Like I said, I'm pre-taping these, and so it depends on if I have time to pre-tape that video. So I'm going to cross my fingers. If not, I'm going to try to maybe just do like a quick live while I'm out and about. But don't stress or don't worry if you don't see me on Friday, but I'm gonna try. All right, so have a great night. If you have any questions, always let me know. Just comment down below, and YouTube will tell me that I have a comment so that I can answer you. All right, thanks so much for joining me, and have a great night. All right, bye for now.